Okay, I've been having some accuracy issues with this scope. At least I think it's a scope. And instead of buying a new scope right away, what I'm thinking I'm going to try is I got Signature Zee rings with these inserts, but the inserts I have in now are to tilt the scope forward and give me more elevation settings so I can shoot longer. But this scope has got a very wide adjustment range, so I'm going to put these inserts that are at the 0 setting instead of up 10 or down 10, so my adjustments are centered more or less, and see if that gives me a new lease on my scope, because maybe I've got it cocked in such a manner where it doesn't quite want to work right. Basically I just need to loosen these all up. Take my inserts out, put the zeros in. So even though I got a lot of oil all over everything, these things never shifted. Suction right there from oil. See, this is the plus 10. And the one below it's minus 10, so it lowered the front end. It's backward. There's a minus 10. I'm going to wipe the excess oil I got on these. I'm going to leave the oil on the screws. These rings would have allowed for movement. It would be scratches on this or something, but all I see is sun bleached. I get these inserts close to level with this. Set my scope in about straight. And I'm just going to put these other 0 inserts on the top. And when I do tighten them down, I want to get this gap in between where the rings connect about the same on both sides. I tighten all the screws down till they're just sitting on top of the ring thing, enough so I can move this scope around a little bit so I can get it level to the or square to the rifle. Okay, I opened my box magazine, and I'm going to use the lip of the magazine there to square the scope cap to my rifle. I got it square. Now I'm going to tighten these screws rotationally, just like I was tightening the lug nuts on a vehicle. Do it in rotation. And I'm always going to test to see if that crack still present. I'm going to test to make sure it's square as I get them kind of snug. And it looks to be a little bit off. When you tighten it down as tight as you're going to get it, I usually just tighten it as much as this leverage is going to get me. You know, I don't try to over tighten it, but if you're using this amount of leverage, most likely you're not going to strip these screws, so keep that in mind. Now I got them all snug. I tested and it was square to the rifle. Yeah, we get it, Then I'm going to bore sight it. I should be able to see that through my bore. Bore sighting is as simple as taking the bolt out, then looking down the barrel at your target and lining the scope up with the target. Take one shot and then adjust from there. So I'm 7.5 inches low and 2 1/4 inches left. Sucker had some force, enough to knock this target right down. Yeah. 2 inch in front of 8 inch in front of the torso. Okay, this third shot I'm going to be taking off the bench 300 yards. Well, that's actually not bad. So I'm going to say there's a possibility the scope still got some life in it. Okay, now I'm gonna go around and make sure each one of these screws is tight. I'll do it rotationally, crisscross pattern.